40k 1500 point tournament, the first game of the round. It's gonna be Ta and their Warlord versus my Chaos Spaceman Night Lords with a little help from the Thousand Suns. So let's get this battle going. Alright, to start it off with the first game of our tournament, we're doing our, like I said, Chaos Space Marines. We're doing it's 1500 points scoring, the Scouring, and it's Vanguard Strike. I'll go over objectives first. There's this one way out here in the open. Is 2 points. Over here, this one behind this hill is 1 point. Oops. And that one deep in there is 3 points. Now I'll say what I have in my army. I got 3 obliterators with the Mark of Nurgle. Got 9 Chaos Space Marines with the last cannon and Mark of Nurgle. Some cultists right here, just plain cultists. And I have 2 rhinos too, plain rhinos. And one of the rhinos is a squad of Horn Berserkers led by a sergeant with a power fist and a combi plasma pistol. Here I have a squad of just normal Chaos Space Marines. Mark and Nurgle have a flamer and a plasma gun. I have 5 Terminators. Mark of Nurgle again, 1 power fist, 2 combi weapons, 1 heavy flamer. And this is where my Chaos Lord is. He has he's also a Terminator armor, has a power fist, and yeah, Mark of Corn. And another squad of just 10 cultists plain, and then a Helldrake with yeah. Let's go over what the fighting my enemy, the Ta, are gonna have in their army.
Okay, this is the first battle report for the Tau, so we may have some mistakes, but we're just getting into this, but we'll go from there. I do have 3 objectives, obviously. Over here I have 4. This one I believe was a 2, and then the one underneath the building is a 3. And as far as my force is concerned, I have a group of crew with long rifles, sniper rifles, a group of 12 with the Shaper, including the Shaper. At this point I have 4 Pathfinders with marker lights. This group is a stealth group. One of them does actually have, I think it's like a fusion gun. The others just have their normal burst cannons. This is a whole big group with my Warlord. There's 4 shield drones. There's the 3 crisis suits, and then my commander. One of these guys, this guy, has, he's a Shad's Gray, and he has a better gun. I think it's a fusion gun, something like that. This guy, the commander, he has various things. He has a iridium armor, he has a flamer, he has a plasma rifle, he has the ability to do target lock and vector retro, which I think is like a hit and run type thing, and he has this repulsor impact in assault. He does a D6 strength 4 hits. So over here is a group of 12 fire warriors with the Cadre Fireblade. This is a shield drone. This guy has, it's in GS defense line with the quad gun. These 2 are pretending to be broadsides, and they have their normal war gear. There's a shield. This is not a shield one. This is a missile drone. These are 4 Pathfinders with marker lights. The reason I'm setting up this way is because of the way that we had to deploy.
And these broadsides, they have the missile guns.
Right, yeah. And this guy, this is another group of 12 fire warriors. They are in reserve. These are Vespid, 4 Vespids and a leader, a strain leader with their normal AP3 guns. They're going to be deep striking, and they are in reserve as well. So it is night fighting. I did not steal initiative, so Greendawnify will be going first.
So my first turn is basically just moving these cultists out to this objective and moving these rhinos up and turbo boosting them up. Yeah, and I didn't have any range to shoot, sadly, so going to tall turn 1.
Okay, movement phase. I went ahead and moved up my Pathfinder 6 inches, the broadsides and the missile drone 6 inches, so these guys will have to snap fire, but it's night fighting anyway. These guys moved up 6 inches, this drone, all this whole group, some of them shifted back here. This group shifted from over here 6 inches. Now we're going to go into the shooting phase. Hopefully I can just try to pop open some of those rhinos and see what happens. Okay, into the cow shooting phase. Did take one hull point away from that. It's stunned. It actually happened from these guns. I had a marker light to make them hit on the 5 versus the 6 because they had moved. Everyone else shot, nothing happened. These were the only guys that could shoot, and they did nothing. So, so then my turn. We'll come back with the second turn of Chaos Space Marines.
For reserves, I was able to bring in the Terminators. They deep strike right there. There's a couple. I had to roll a couple. Whatchamacallit? Dangerous terrain tests. None of them failed. They're there. I moved the rhinos up. This guy had to stay there. They popped out the headless Marines. They're absolute snap fire. Corn berserkers popped out. They're right there. And I just moved those cultists way over there. Just moved them closer to that objective. So now I'm going to my shooting phase, and I'll be back. Alright, so end of my Chaos Space Marines. So you already saw the movement. So shooting, this Terminator squad just destroyed this poor Pathfinder guys. These guys popped out, shot here, killed a couple guys, put a wound on the fire blade and also on the turret, killed 5 guys. They made the leadership to stay. Those guys shot, but they could only shoot snap fire, so they kind of failed. The last cannon in the Chaos Space Marine squad and the Obliterators both rolled 1 to wound or just missed, so that really sucked. And my cultists just ran that were over there to an objective. So now just going into Tall, turn 2.
Okay, Tall, turn 2. For reserves, I rolled my Vespids. They came in. I placed them right there. I brought these guys off the back, and they came in as well. As far as movement, I moved these guys, Commander and his retinue with the drones, 6 inches this way. I had these guys stay where they were. Some of these cadre, or the fire warriors, kind of moved up. These guys moved up, and we'll see what happens in shooting. Into Tau, turn 2. In my shooting phase, these Vespids hit 5 times and were able to wound and kill 4 Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines that were here. The crew were in line. They went ahead and shot and killed 2 more. These fire warriors and the cadre fire blade with this big gun shot and finished off the group. So 10 Chaos Space Marines dead. Over here, these fire warriors went ahead and shot at this group of Chaos Terminators. They killed 1 in their shooting. These broadsides shot their missile pods and everything else that they had at them and killed another 2. And then over here, my group of the commander and his retinue, they were up here. They were in rapid fire range and were able to take another 2 out. So in total 4 Chaos Terminators died. I did my assault moves. These guys moved back 11. I did my assault move for these guys. They didn't actually do anything against the Space Marines, and they moved back, and now they're behind the line. So that's the end of my turn 2. We'll come back with turn 3 for the Chaos Space Marines.
Alright, so move these vehicles up. Space Marines moved up. Chaos Space Marines moved up. I brought in my Helldrake, but it was intercepted to death by the quad gun.
Quad gun, I was actually hit at the same time with Vector Strike. It was destroyed, but it got its last shots, its last salvo, and blew it up with a 6.
So, yeah, and then an explosion killed one fire warrior. Now I'm just going to shooting. It's going bad now for the Chaos Space, for the Night Lords and their chaos. In my shooting phase, my rhinos shot at these guys. 2 guys were killed. I shot my obliterators at them and killed 2 guys as well. Or I actually killed 1 guy with rhinos. But they have to take a leadership test. These Space Marines here.
Yeah. I don't know. Their leadership is 9 because it's normally 6, but that guy, the leader's a 9.
Alright, so they made it. These Space Marines rapid fired into this squad. Killed a lot of them and they're falling back. These guys shot here, killed 1 of the broadsides, and then was insta-killed by a last cannon from the Chaos Space Marine squad. And that's all I was able to do since my dragon died. So now to Tal turn 3.
End of Tal turn 3. In the movement phase, I moved my Kroot. They left that spot, kind of moving towards this objective. I moved the Vespid 12 inches. They jumped over here. I made my regroup test with this guy's leadership, but he's actually leaving a small group and he's joining this group. And then these stealth suits moved 6 inches, and these commander and his retinue moved 6 inches. And now we're going to go ahead and try to shoot, see what happens. We'll come back. End of Howl turn 3, and in the shooting phase, this commander and his retinue was a lot closer, and they were within rapid fire of the 2 remaining Chaos Terminators, and they were able to take them out with their plasma rifles, and so those guys died. Over here, these fire warriors went ahead and shot and killed. I don't think they killed any of these Space Marines, and these Hawks, or these Vespids, actually shot and killed 1 of these guys. Over here, my Kroots just ran so they could get closer to here, and that's about all that happened. So we'll come back with turn 4 for the Chaos Space Marines.
End of my turn, was able to bring in moved my Chaos Space Marines up, killed a couple fire warriors. Rhinos moved up, hurt and killed some of these guys. Once again, I shot all my last cannons at these guys from the obliterators. And the Chaos Space Marines didn't do anything. I killed some Kroots, and I brought in the cultists to capture that objective. So now to Tal turn 3 or 4.
Okay, end of Tal turn 4. In the shooting phase, I went ahead and shot marker lights at this group of Chaos Space Marines. I got 2. I used 1 marker light for the shooting of these fire warriors. They were getting 3 shots because they just stood, and so all of them shot. I think they killed 3 Space Marines. The commander and his battlesuit group, they had moved up within rapid fire. They used their fusion guns to kill about 2 or 3 more, and then these stealth groups shot and killed 2 additional ones. There was 1 Chaos Space Marine left. He failed his leadership and he moved towards the edge of the table. In my assault move, I had the stealth guys come forward 6 inches, and this commander and retinue jumped up 6 inches. So we'll come back with turn 5 for the Chaos Space Marines.
End of my turn here. Just moved my rhinos in. Hit this guy, made him falling back. Shot, insta-killed with last cannons, 2 battle suits, and killed, and yeah. So now going into 12 turn, and end of turn 5, end of the game basically.
Tal turn 5. Okay, I didn't get my leadership. He ran back, so he's off the table. Movement phase, I moved these 2 within range. These guys I moved up 6 inches. this commander and his group moved over this way 6 inches. These guys here actually didn't move, but my Kroot just kind of snuggled up next to the wall, and the Pathfinder just went over here and captured this spot here. And we're going to come back with shooting, and we'll see what happens. End of turn 5. Okay, in the shooting phase, well, actually over here, I had moved these guys and I ran to get them into this position around this objective. Fire Warriors, the 2 groups of Fire Warriors. In shooting, those Kroot shot a lot of shots to the back of this rhino and took 1 hull point away. This was shot by no, actually the Kroot took out this one with this had 1 hull point. They took them out. Over here, these guys didn't do anything. In shooting, my commander and my crisis suit shot and took 1 hull point away from here, but then they assaulted and took out the other 2. It did explode, but no, it didn't explode. It just basically took out all 3 hull points. So in my assault move, I went ahead and shifted back here, and we are going to roll to see if the game ends. And I'm going to roll, and it is a 5, so this game's still on.
Alright, well, there's no reason to keep going, just be insult to pain, but I'm just gonna concede the game. Tall won. They've captured all their objectives on our side. I've captured all my objectives too.
I think he had 7, I had 8, or no?
It was 9. It was 9. I had 6.
Oh, 9 to 6.
You had Slay the Warlord and you killed a fast attack, so that's 11 points. I got First Blood and killed 2 fast attacks, so that's 8. So 11 to 8.
11 to 8. Good game. Surprising that the Tau won. I mean, it was just kind of a luck shot that they took out
if that Heldrake
would have survived. I mean, he would have just been toasting all these guys, no cover saves, just eating them alive. But I just got that 1-6 that just was really lucky.
Yeah.
That turned the game right there. But, so the Tau.
Alright, so in this tournament, the Tau punch out the Chaos and move up to advance to see who's going to win in the Eldar Mech versus Speed Freaks. And so we're just going to talk about the game. I guess I'll just go first. For my Chaos, my best unit was probably that 1 Chaos Space Marine unit that had no head, since they survived the longest over there and killed a couple. Like, they hurt a squad each turn, basically, and they took a whole round of shooting to kill them. But basically, all around, my guys kind of sucked. Bad positioning with my Obliterators and my Chaos units. They had no range on anybody with anything but las cannons, except for 1 turn they were able to do a plasma cannon, but I rolled like all 1, so they all overheated. And the Heldrake, of course, that was horrible. Yeah, so my least valuable player probably were these cultists. No, not the cultists. They captured stuff. The rhinos did okay. Probably the Terminators. There were so many points they didn't do anything but die. So how about the Tau?
From one person's pain to one person's pleasure. Yeah, the one thing that really turned the game was blowing up this with the lucky 6. It was actually vector striking and took out the gun at the same time, but we rolled at the same time and got that lucky shot and blew it up with a 6. Other than that, I mean, I was beneficial that, just the layout of, like you mentioned, a lot of range, that you were out of range with a lot of stuff, so it was just lucky that we kind of had this weird diagonal layout, and helpful that, over there I had another group of fast attack that could capture with those Pathfinders, so I just kind of got lucky with the luck of the roll. But good game. I just I'm surprised that the Tau won, but I'm very happy that they are going to advance. So, looking at the brackets, we probably won't play a game on this side of the bracket. We'll probably play over here.
Yeah, our next game's going to be the Tyranids of High Fleet Gorgon versus some Eldar elites.
So
Eldar
we'll
elite army.
come back with that. Just as a precursor to that match, the Eldar Elite is not the elite team for the Eldar. They're actually just a lot of elite members. My main Eldar army is this Eldar mechanized with more mechanized units. But that being said, the High Fleet Gorgon is going to be a very hard match. So we'll come back with that.
Alright, so, yeah. We have more battle reports coming out soon.